All right, this country here I'm about to tell you about could be one of the major players in what maybe happen as World War III or War of Armageddon, which really nobody wants. Nobody wants. Okay, that I saw a podcaster from a guy, an Air Force guy, used to do videos on YouTube. Okay, when I first got into doing podcasting, was talking about Sudan and Egypt actually being one of the players in this. Okay, as they say in the Bible, all right, like Persia, Egypt, okay, was going to be one of the players, all right, in what is known as all right. This is biblically prophesized or documented, and it's something that people need to be paying attention to because right now in Egypt, U.S. has given them hundreds of $millions. This is Egypt, okay, for to help out with weapons, and they're turning around and selling the weapons to Russia, okay. Now Sudan is right up underneath Egypt, okay, so a lot of those people, even in South Egypt, are known as like Nubian people. All right, so they have a very similar type culture. Okay. Uh, Now, however, I want to talk about Sudan. This has been a hot issue in the news because right now there is a civil war going on in Sudan. Okay, since like the maybe 1990 that they have been conflicts over who's going to run this country, whether it's going to be democratic or whether the military is going to run this country. Okay, there's been a couple of coups since 1990, and there was a coup actually about 2 or 3 years ago. All right, a coup is basically when another group tries to overthrow the government, okay, or want to try to take over and try to start a new type of government or a new standard of running things. Just so you know what a coup is a coup. All right, and that coup is expired now, and I guess they're that charter now, and now they're looking for a new contract, or it's now this war again is over who's going to run this country. Now Sudan is supposed to be transforming to democratic. However, the military out there is saying that we still run this country, and that's what this power struggle is about. It's a government slash civil war, and a lot of this is about business. After looking at several podcasts from different angles, okay, it's about gold. I didn't even know they had so much gold and oil out there, and oil, okay, like they manufacture oil, got ports out there. Never knew that. All right, uh, and again, it could be over. Uh, it could be like I'm trying to think, like a proxy type thing, because now they got China over there. All right, at those different countries, Kenya, all right, that they want to do things like mine and try to upgrade the whole continent of Africa in different countries and so forth, depending on what country. And that's what this war is about. In the midst of this, we have Americans over there as well. Okay, I don't see why Americans are over there and so forth, but it is deemed for America, the Americans, if you're going to stay there, all right, then to stay in place. All right, it's my understanding that something like 40 people out there died, 40 to 70 people so far. I don't think that they've reported all the casualties or deaths out there, okay, but that many. What else? Helicopter attacks, okay, or air attacks right now that's going on. All right, so Sudan is pretty much under martial law. So um, I do remember back in the late 80s, this is when the basketball player Manu Bol, he's from the south part of Sudan. He played and he had a role into the government in Sudan to break South Sudan from Sudan. Okay, so I wouldn't be again. This is surprise. Be surprised. Again, this is about control and the government wants to unify the country for tax reasons. Because really, in the end of the day, it's all about money anyway. Okay? So yeah, it's a civil war. Gold, oil, probably a new cryptocurrency system, and who's going to be in control of this country. All right? And which is, if they're not very careful, and I wouldn't be surprised if the U.S. would not intervene, and then maybe China, okay? Because part of this war is that, again, some of these countries could be proxy between, or pretty much stuck in the middle between the U.S. and China in some of those countries if this war pops off, okay? And next thing you know, the U.S. and China could be, or Iran could be fighting, which is with the Sudanese in the middle, all right? So this could be in the end, a thing where if it's going to either be in the, what do they call that? I can't think of the name, man. Either the Axis powers or the Allied powers, and I can't even think of the name. It's the acronym at this time. All right, but the headquarters of it is in New York. So it was something to keep an eye on. All right, and if there's any Americans that they may want to think about getting the hell up out of Sudan, okay? What is that? The United Forces or whatever they call that, all right? United Allied Forces. I can't even think of it, but you know what I'm talking about. If y'all in the know, so let's see what happens. But I'm just saying what this Sudanese war is all about, and hopefully a resolution will be made. But if people are not careful, if they don't find a way to stop this war, then it's going to be inevitable. So let me know what you think about the video. Thank you for your time. I got other things I got to take care of. All right, peace.